It's unfortunate that a lot of AAA games release buggy and broken or simply underwhelming. Companies hype up titles for years and rarely do they actually hit the high marks we have, but the new Fable is a title people have been super excited for, and we finally saw another new teaser for it, and now people are pretty mixed on it, with its trailers getting ratioed and the main female character looks like a masculinized mess, and now journalists are saying we only dislike her appearance because of misogyny. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube membership. So starting off with this Game Rant article, Fable 4 trailer flooded with dislikes. Now instead of just saying, hey, maybe people don't like the graphics, maybe people are a little bit underwhelmed by the fact that the trailer was fully satire, no, they decide to blame misogyny. The trailer for Fable 4 has been flooded with dislikes. The newest installment in the Fable franchise was revealed during the recent Xbox Game Showcase, where it showcased the fictional world of Albion and some notable characters. Although there aren't many details yet on its story, it was revealed that it will be an RPG where players can choose their own destinies. Now, a lot of people have a lot of questions because we don't know what this really means. Games are constantly touted as, being free choice. You can make all these decisions yourself. It's never going to push you in a certain direction. And then we come to find out that, well, you can make minor story decisions along the way, but it ultimately doesn't affect the outcome. I want this game to be good. I want it to be, not an underwhelming experience like a lot of AAA games are nowadays, but I definitely was not a big fan of the initial trailer. And a lot of other people clearly are not either. But it says, amidst the excitement for Fable 4, the trailer seemed to be getting thousands of dislikes on YouTube, as noted by The Gamer. It's one of the most disliked videos from the Xbox Games Showcase. Of course, YouTube doesn't allow you to see the dislikes unless you have a tracker, and they do kind of explain that. Right now, IGN's upload garnered more than 11,000 dislikes against 8,000 likes. And on the Xbox YouTube channel, it has over 20,000 likes, but it is creeping up there with over 12,000 dislikes currently. But of course, it says, while the YouTube comments seemed excited and optimistic about Fable 4, one of the possible reasons for the dislikes could be the heroine's appearance. It seemed like some gamers don't think the protagonist in the trailer looked conventionally attractive. One commenter said they were hoping Fable 4 would have character customization because they were not staring at that all day. Others also echoed the call for the character creation, as backhanded comments were directed at her looks. Now, I do think it is important to point out that this character is modeled after an individual. It took me actually quite a bit of digging online to find her, but her name is Lily Nicole, and she doesn't really have a lot of updated pictures on her profile, but from ones going back, she does seem like a very pretty woman. She does seem like a very pretty individual, but they simply took this character and basically they Abby'd her, because the actress who was the face model for Abby also was pretty, but they decided to masculinize them both, and now we're ending up with a character that looks like this. Now, I actually put up a post about this on Twitter laughing at the situation. It's got over 2,500 likes right now. I said female characters in 2023 versus 2004 and 2006, we are totally not going backwards, because we used to have very pretty feminine, sometimes sexy female characters, and this is what we are getting from modern day video games. And I totally get that not every female character is going to look beautiful and sexy and pretty, right? But we have seen a trend in modern gaming, especially from Western developers, who have decided that, you know, if you have a sexy female character, you are probably a disgusting pervert. They feel the need to tone down the lead female characters so that they do not appeal to the male gaze, as they say, which is absolutely absurd. I am a female and I want to see pretty females in video games as well. And there have been plenty of female characters over the past, couple of years that have been very underwhelming. You have to look at Abby, like I mentioned from Last of Us Part 2. You had Frey from Forspoken. You also had Aloy. Aloy was pretty at first, and then they decided to do a 180 with the sequel, and they decided to masculinize her, change the shape of her face, make her chubbier, and it is what it is. But we are still allowed to complain about it, right? We are still allowed to voice our, dissatisfaction with the situation and the current state of female video game characters. And this one, we don't know her name yet, but in my opinion, she in no way is attractive or pretty or, this is rough. This character looks rough. I wish that, honestly, they would have stuck with more stylized visuals for Fable, because the other Fables have had stylized visuals, but no, they wanted to follow trends and try to create a hyper-realistic looking world with characters. And while some of the teaser trailer that we saw did look really good, I mean, this just looks really freaking bad. But now, as I mentioned, Game Rant is saying this is all because of misogyny. The negative reactions to the swordswoman could be chalked off as misogyny at play. It's clear that some fans were probably expecting either a male character or a more feminine-looking character, and were upset with what they saw in the trailer. More feminine-looking characters should not be a problem. I love seeing masculinized, strong men, and I love seeing feminine, delicate women in gaming. I don't think that these should be bad things. Okay, people love looking at very pretty women. She doesn't have to be, a smoking hot bombshell. She could just be a little bit more, delicate, flowery, feminine, and people would be perfectly fine with that. But instead, they decided to go freaking Abby smash on this character and are like, oh my god, it's misogyny. That's the reason why you don't like it. But people are very upset about this on social media. Like I mentioned, I created this thread, almost 100,000 views at this point, and people in the comments are just so upset. That's a man. LOL. Repulsive. We are doomed. No thanks, modern gaming. And I compared, plenty of different examples. And while, yes, I do have to say I did include Zelda in this, and typically Japanese female characters look a little bit better. As I mentioned, Frey from Forspoken was from Square Enix, and that was their attempt to make a westernized game. Even developers that aren't in the West are making ugly-looking female characters to appeal to the West because they think that's what we want, and it is not. This is hilarious to me, but somebody commented, didn't you know creating attractive female characters is misogyny? Yeah, and apparently not liking the ugly ones is also misogyny. I think that they should have just kept Fable more stylized, because honestly, Fable characters have never been the most beautiful characters in gaming, but at least they had a theme, they had that style, and in my opinion, they didn't look half bad. But unfortunately now, this is the main protagonist of the game. We still are missing a lot of details on this title, and I still want it to come out. I still want it to be good. I still hope that we are a long time away and maybe they will be able to tweak this female character a little bit. Only time will tell. But of course, if you don't like this character and you are giving this trailer dislikes, you are a misogynist, according to this game Journo. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.